Shortly after 6:30 Sunday morning, there was an apartment fire that broke out at 303 East Church Street in Martinsville. We spoke with Public Information Officer Scott Coleman.
There was a fire this morning at 303 East Church Street, which is an apartment complex been advised is owned or managed by Piedmont Community Services. There are approximately 30 occupants that live in these apartments, it's about 3 floors in the building, 10 apartments on each floor. The call came in at about 6:30 this morning to the fire department. This was advantageous at the timing of the fire in that they were around shift change, so they actually had spare fire department personnel and police on the scene to get out there to this, and we had with the extra manpower, it made it much easier to handle the situation. According to the reports I've gotten from Bobby Phillips, who's the city safety officer, this appeared to be a pretty substantial fire when they showed up on the scene. When they got into the building, they found that the actual fire was mostly contained to one apartment. However, because of the enclosed nature of the apartment, there was a lot of smoke, and it was difficult at the time to assess how big a blaze they were dealing with. Thankfully, everyone was able to get out of the building. There were no serious injuries. There was one individual who did inhale some smoke and felt as though she might need to go to the hospital, but I was advised that after breathing some fresh air and getting out of the building, she said that she felt better as well. So no hospital transports in this case either. At this point, the blaze is essentially completely under control. There are investigators on the scene, including our city fire marshal, Ted Anderson, who has already begun the fire investigation. We've also had city electric crew members there on the scene to assess the safety of the electrical system and the building just from a rough nature. I can tell you that the power is off at the building right now, and that the building will be uninhabitable at least for the remainder of today and probably this evening. The overall damage to the building at this point is difficult to assess, but they will have inspectors probably provided by the property owner who will come in and assess that further on a later basis. I have been advised by individuals on the scene, however, that the individuals who live in this building will probably have to seek other residents at least for the remainder of today and this evening.
Scott, we noticed there on the scene that there was one gentleman being escorted away by police, and we noticed that he was being handcuffed there by one of the patrol cars. Can you tell us anything about that, or whether that may have had any relation to this fire?
As far as I know, I have not been advised of the fire being thought to be of a suspicious nature or anyone being charged with anything at this point. I'm assuming that as soon as I get a chance to speak with their fire marshal, Ted Anderson, that I'll be able to get a lot more info on that. But at this point so far, I have not been advised of anyone being charged with anything.
And at this point, is there any conjecture on what may have caused the fire?
At this point, I've been advised that it's still quite early in the investigation. It is thought that the fire started from a single apartment. I have not been informed of specifically which apartment that was within the complex, but at this point, they have not indicated whether they thought the fire was of a suspicious nature or exactly what they think would be the cause of that fire. However, I should be able to speak with Ted Anderson shortly and be able to give you a little more information on that.
Scott Coleman, Public Information Officer, City of Martinsville. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.
Reporting for Martinsville Media, I'm Bill Wyatt.